the Isaiah we are seeing right now on the bench throughout the course of the games?
That's just me. I mean, especially when I'm not playing, I got to bring some type of energy. I got to, sometimes we have slow starts or whatever may happen throughout the game. And I got to pick our spirits up and get guys going. So I just try to bring some type of energy and some type of help to the game with me not playing.
Obviously, you knew that this time was going to happen. So has this been organic, or have you kind of been by design knowing this is how you were going to kind of respond?
This is just how it is. It's organic. When it comes to the bench stuff, I just love supporting my teammates. Even when I'm playing out there, like when I'm in the game and then I come on the bench, I've always been a big supporter and try to just be locked into the game. I think that's what gets me to be able to lock in and focus on what we have to do and get guys to focus as well. So I like to play around a little bit. So it's always fun when you can get guys to laugh and show some type of energy.
How much of this time right now are you really learning and understanding your teammates as well, who you can talk to, how you approach guys?
I'm learning, each and every game, each and every practice. I've always been a leader, so I always tried to figure out how to lead guys, not just vocal leader, but by example, and then sitting out and being able to see everything from not just a basketball player standpoint, but kind of like a coach's standpoint. I get to see who you can talk to a little different, who you got to bring to the side and talk to when things aren't going the right way for them. But I'm just trying to help in any way I can and bring that energy and excitement to the bench and when guys are out there playing well.
We obviously love it. We show it almost every single game. But can you take us deeper into the mind? How much are you envisioning and trying to understand where you can really help this team once you do get back?
Oh, every game. I'm just trying to figure out where I can help. And that's the frustrating part because I know where I can help. I just can't be out there helping yet. And that time will come soon. But I just try to be a vocal leader as of right now. But when I get out there, I know there's spots in the offense I can help. There's spots being a leader and holding guys accountable and just being that voice. And I've always been that voice and I've always been that type of leader. And I know in those areas I can really help out.
From a leader and understanding the game, are there moments, like for instance tonight you faced Kemba as a point guard, that you'll be in the ears of your guys from that standpoint?
Oh, for sure. Like I said, I'm a student of the game. I watch film to this day. I watch it even when I'm not playing. So when a player's out there and sometimes as a player you can't really see what's going on or you can't really adjust on the fly, and that's when a coach or a player that's not playing like myself, I can give my 2 cents, and I try to do that to help guys out any chance that I can.
What's tougher right now, not being able to compete or making sure you don't mess up any handshake, because you've got them all right now?
That's tough. The handshakes, like when I got traded here, that's one of the first things I'm like, dang, man, I'm going to have to get my handshakes there. I really wasn't worried about the on-court things. I'm like, man, these handshakes are very serious. But that's probably the biggest thing. All the other stuff I'll figure that out.
Let's switch gears a minute. Obviously, tomorrow you have the release of Part 2, Book of Isaiah. How excited are you for people to see what that's all about? Can you give us a little glimpse into what we can expect?
I'm very excited. It's something that we work on the last couple off seasons, just trying to show people the day in the life and what I go through, not just as a basketball player, but as a father, as a husband, as an everyday person. And you're gonna see. This summer, this off season was very interesting, and there was a lot that went on. With the trade and with my hip and having to be able to figure out different ways to be myself and enjoy those moments and as well be with my family. So it's gonna be special, and the world's gonna see what I really went through and how special the story really is. So I'm excited for that to come out tomorrow and for the world to step into my life and see what I went through.
One final point about that, for those who may not know, where does the inspiration behind doing this come from?
It comes from me being just like everybody else in the world. Me inspiring that next kid, that next person, because I know my story can touch so many lives, because shoot, I'm the same height as mostly everybody in the world, so they can relate to what I go through, and I'm just showing them what really goes on in my life, and it's all genuine. It's nothing scripted, and the story just gets that much better each and every year. So I'm excited about it, and I know it's gonna shake
Down the stretch, what were you looking to do with Embiid and poses all of those challenges, and how did that end up playing out for you?
Well, we thought, Julius did a nice job on him the first time, but he's a handful down there, and then obviously, you get a nice whistle, it makes it even more challenging because every time there was some contact, it was 2 free throws, and he's a heck of a shooter, so it's not like you're gaining an advantage by sending him to the line. So then we have a couple different coverages. One, we try to double from the baseline, but our rotational man didn't get there in time. You got to be there on the flight of the pass. You have to be on your way. So when he has baseline, he's turning right into you. So we did not get there in time on that one. We doubled off the cutter one time, and when they saw us do that, they made the cutter J.J. Redick, so they could space him back out as a shooter. So we tried a couple different things, but you got to tip your hat. He's a heck of a player. He's hitting pull-up 18-footers. They used him as a post pass entry, the man to enter the ball from the post, and he's relocating to the strong side corner and hitting threes. So he's a problem. So our guys played really well. They played really hard tonight. And you got to give Philly a lot of credit because they just kept making those shots down the stretch, and eventually we ran out of ours.
Hey, low turnovers and a ton of offensive rebounds. When you're not hitting threes like that, is there anything you're able to try to do to overcome that?
Well, it's why we keep putting a huge emphasis on attacking the paint, attacking that rim. We know what our strengths are as a team, and right now shooting 3-point shots is not one of them. So, even 27 of them I think is too many as a group. But I got a commitment from each player today at practice about shooting more extra threes. So I expect that number to start going up. But they fight, and I've said the whole year, the most important thing is that as part of our identity, we become good at defense, and we become a team that, that anytime someone else plays us, they're like, damn, we got to play the Lakers tonight. They play hard. They get after it. They push the ball. And we did all those things again tonight. So obviously we want to win, but in the process of doing what we're doing, I'm very proud of the way our guys keep competing.
It was a tough game for Lonzo. You stuck with what was working tonight. Is that the main? You're just going to go with the guys at the end of the game who are giving you the best result?
Yeah, that's what we're always going to do. It's what basketball is about. There's some nights as a coach, it's a feel thing. Even if there's a different group maybe playing better at the time, you got to go back to if they've been in for long stretches of time. Tonight I just used my timeouts as the way to try to get them rest. But there'll be nights that I'll go back to starters, even if they're having an off night. But tonight, with the way the energy was in the building and everything, it felt like we had our best chance to stick with that group that was out there at the end of the game.
Career highs for Brandon Ingram tonight in both points and in rebounds. What was he able to do just in terms of kicking it into another gear this game? Well,
he's got a great feel for the game. So I think when he's hitting that mid-range jumper, he's so long. He's able to manipulate defenses a little bit, and I thought he just did a really good job tonight of taking what the defense gave him and actually and knocking down those shots. So, it's like I said before the game, we're not concerned with Brandon. He puts in his work every day, and he's going to have good days and bad days. And tonight was a very good day for him.
It wasn't just the second half. You actually didn't play Alonzo at the end of the first half either. What were you just seeing with him tonight?
What was I seeing with Lonzo? Yeah. That he was having an off night. Anyone's having an off night. We're not, for the most part. Unless everyone's having an off night, then I'll go back to him to see if he can get it going. But JC is out there, competing and making the plays and scoring for us. So, it's our job as coaches to play the guys that are giving us the best chance of winning that night.